Enter into the realm of cognitive enhancement with the Genius Wave soundtrack. This intriguing audio program promises to spark your mental faculties, making your brain's gears turn faster and smoother. But who is behind this fascinating initiative? Let's unveil the maestro, Dr. James Rivers, an MIT-trained neuroscientist. With his profound understanding of the brain's intricate workings, Dr. Rivers has crafted the Genius Wave soundtrack with the aim of enhancing cognitive functions, those vital mental processes that allow you to carry out any task, big or small. This soundtrack is not just music to your ears, but also a potential catalyst to your brain's power. But as we all know, claims are one thing, and reality can often be another. So let's dive deep into the Genius Wave soundtrack to see if it holds water to its claims. Now you might question, what's the science behind the Genius Wave soundtrack? Let's delve into that. The human brain, a complex organ with countless neurons and synapses, is a fascinating subject of study. It's been found that sound, specifically music, has a profound effect on our brain. Research suggests that different types of soundtracks can stimulate various areas of our brain, affecting our mood, memory, focus, and even creativity. The Genius Wave soundtrack, developed by MIT-trained neuroscientist Dr. James Rivers, is designed to tap into this science. It's carefully crafted with specific sound frequencies meant to activate particular brain regions. The aim is to enhance cognitive function, the mental processes that allow you to carry out any task. But here's where the skepticism comes in. Can a soundtrack alone, no matter how meticulously designed, lead to success? While there are studies that show music can improve cognitive abilities, there's a substantial leap from improved mental processes to achieving tangible success in life's various arenas. Consider this. You've been listening to the Genius Wave soundtrack diligently, and you feel your focus sharpening, your memory improving. But then, what's next? Does this newfound cognitive prowess translate into writing that novel, launching that startup, or acing that exam? The science behind the Genius Wave soundtrack is intriguing, no doubt. The idea that a simple soundtrack could potentially unlock latent cognitive abilities is exciting. However, the effectiveness of such a method is largely subjective and dependent on numerous factors beyond the soundtrack itself. In essence, while there's a scientific basis to the concept of using soundtracks for cognitive enhancement, it's important to remember that these soundtracks are not a magic bullet. They might be a tool, a catalyst, but they aren't the complete solution. Thus, while there's a scientific backing to the concept, the effectiveness of the Genius Wave soundtrack is still up for debate. While science gives us one perspective, what do the users of the Genius Wave soundtrack have to say? There's an interesting mix of experiences reported by users. Some users say they've seen significant improvements in their cognitive abilities. They've reported that they've started thinking more clearly, processing information faster, and experiencing enhanced creativity. Take, for example, a user named Lisa. She's a project manager in a software company and has been using the Genius Wave soundtrack for a few months. She says that she's been able to manage her projects more efficiently, and she's even received a promotion recently. She attributes part of her success to the cognitive improvements she's experienced after using the soundtrack. Then there's Mark, a fitness enthusiast who's struggled with weight loss for years. He said that he's always had the knowledge and the motivation to lose weight, but somehow, he couldn't put it into action. After using the Genius Wave soundtrack, he felt a shift in his mindset. He started following his fitness plan religiously and has lost a significant amount of weight. These stories are indeed inspiring, but it's also important to note that not all users share the same level of success. Some users say they felt more relaxed and focused after using the soundtrack, but they haven't seen any significant improvements in their cognitive abilities or in achieving their goals. It's clear that the Genius Wave soundtrack has helped some users improve their cognitive functions and even achieve their goals. But it's also clear that it doesn't work for everyone. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Each person is different, and the effects of the soundtrack can vary from person to person. So it seems like the Genius Wave soundtrack has worked wonders for some, but remember, it's not a magic wand. It's a tool that can potentially enhance your cognitive functions, but it's up to you to use those enhanced abilities to take action and achieve your goals. Now, let's not forget a critical aspect of any success story: self-discipline and action. In the grand scheme of personal growth and achievement, we often find ourselves drawn to tools and resources that promise to amplify our capabilities. The Genius Wave soundtrack is one such tool, designed to potentially enhance our cognitive functions, to help us think sharper, focus better, and solve problems more efficiently. But it's essential to remember that these enhancements are merely tools, not magic wands. They can lay the groundwork, but the building, the creation of your success, that's up to you. Self-discipline and action are the cement that binds the bricks of your achievements together. They are the driving forces behind every success story. Think of the Genius Wave soundtrack as a sharpened pencil. It can help you draft the blueprint of your dreams with clarity and precision. But to bring those dreams to life, to build upon that blueprint, you need the steel of self-discipline and the hammer of action. Self-discipline is the practice of controlling your actions and making decisions that lead to long-term benefit over immediate gratification. It's the ability to stick to your plans and work towards your goals, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. It's the fuel that keeps your engine running when the road to success gets steep. Action, on the other hand, is the act of taking tangible steps towards your goals. It's turning your plans into reality, one step at a time. Without action, the sharpest of plans and the most brilliant of ideas remain just that, ideas. So, while the Genius Wave soundtrack can potentially enhance your cognitive abilities, the journey to success is a road that you must tread yourself. It's a road paved with self-discipline and constructed with actions. Let the Genius Wave soundtrack be your compass, guiding you towards clarity, focus, and problem-solving prowess. Remember, the Genius Wave soundtrack might be a stepping stone, but the journey is yours to undertake. What if you're still skeptical about the Genius Wave soundtrack? Well, there's a safety net for you. That's right, folks. Dr. James Rivers and his team are so confident in the potential of the Genius Wave soundtrack that they offer a 90-day money-back guarantee. They believe in the science, the research, and the potential benefits of their product. This guarantee allows you to take the Genius Wave soundtrack for a test drive, a 3-month-long test drive to be exact. You can experience firsthand how it affects your cognitive abilities, and see if it truly enhances your problem-solving skills, concentration, or creativity. If you don't notice any positive changes, or if you're unsatisfied for any reason, you can simply request a full refund within the first 90 days of your purchase. It's a risk-free opportunity to try something that could potentially revolutionize your thinking. So, with the Genius Wave soundtrack, you have nothing to lose but potentially a lot to gain. So after considering all these aspects, what's our final take on the Genius Wave soundtrack? Well, let's recap. Developed by MIT-trained neuroscientist Dr. James Rivers, the soundtrack is based on scientific research suggesting that specific sounds can stimulate various areas of our brain. This stimulation could potentially enhance our problem-solving abilities and overall cognitive function. But remember, it's not a magic pill. The user experiences vary widely, with some reporting significant improvements in their careers or health, while others notice subtler changes. These differences underscore the fact that the effectiveness of the Genius Wave soundtrack is largely dependent on the individual. It's like a tool, a hammer for instance. In the hands of a skilled carpenter, it can create masterpieces. But if you leave it lying around, it does nothing. This brings us to the importance of self-discipline and action. The Genius Wave soundtrack can help prime your brain, but it's up to you to put that primed brain to work. As the old saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Similarly, you can provide your brain with the best possible tools, but you can't make it think or act. That part's on you. Now let's talk about the 90-day money-back guarantee. This is a significant advantage. It means you can try the Genius Wave soundtrack and see if it works for you without any financial risk. If you don't see any improvement after giving it a fair shot, you can simply ask for your money back. In conclusion, the Genius Wave soundtrack might not be a magic solution, but it could be the catalyst you need to unlock your potential.